What's up guys, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to grow your low porosity hair. So if you've been growing out your hair for a while and you feel like what you're doing isn't really working for you, it might be that you're doing the wrong stuff for your hair porosity. First things first, what is hair porosity? Hair porosity refers to your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture. It's typically broken down into low, medium, and high. Low porosity hair means that it's harder for your hair to absorb moisture, but it's also hard for it to lose it as well. High porosity hair means that it's easier for your hair to absorb moisture, but it's also easy for it to lose it as well. And medium just means, well, you're in the middle. You're not special. We're not really going to tackle how to find your hair porosity in this video. I have other videos that go over that, and I'll also leave a link to a quiz that you can take down below. In this video, we're really going to go over how to take care of it once you find it, specifically low porosity hair. Now, the important thing to understand when it comes to low porosity hair is you're not really trying to focus on keeping that moisture into your hair. Your hair naturally does that. The hardest part is getting that moisture inside. So we're going to focus on different techniques that are going to help that moisture to penetrate the hair shaft. Starting with tip number one, which is to do a pre-poo treatment before you wash your hair. Now, you'll probably see a lot of products that say pre-poo treatment this, pre-poo treatment that. You don't really have to go and get any of those products. Okay, I'm going to put you on game. You could actually use a penetrating oil, which I would suggest you use avocado oil. This is just going to penetrate the hair shaft a lot better and get in that extra nutrients before you actually wash your hair. And not only that, when you typically wash your hair, especially if you're using a shampoo, shampoos are naturally a little bit more clarifying, even if you don't have those harmful ingredients like parabens or sulfates. So you're gonna lose some moisture within the process. Doing a pre-poo treatment is basically gonna make sure that your hair has abundant moisture before you wash your hair, so it doesn't lose as much. It's gonna leave your hair feeling a lot softer, and it's gonna make the process a lot more easier. I feel like I use a lot more too much. Expand your vocabulary. It's gonna make your hair softer. Okay, I shouldn't have to spell it out for you. So when it comes to using the pre-poo treatment, all you have to do is get your avocado oil, section your hair off depending on the actual length of your hair. Go through it section by section, apply the oil to your hair, leave it in there for maybe like 5 minutes before you actually go to wash your hair. Now, a lot of you guys have heard me mention deep conditioner before, which is basically just a stronger version of a rinse out conditioner. You'll typically leave it in your hair for longer, between 20 and 30 minutes. But when it comes to low porosity hair, it would be better for you if you deep condition with heat. This can come in a variety of different forms, from putting on a plastic cap and a hooded blow dryer, or you could use the plastic cap and put a towel in the microwave for a little bit and keep it on your hair. But the point of this is that heat is going to open the hair cuticle to allow that moisture to flow in. Now, it's really important that you don't use excessive heat, because excessive heat can lead to heat damage, damaging the hair, and then you'll have to cut that damage off because it's a real pain in the butt to get rid of it. So make sure that if you're using heat, you can use the low or medium fan setting when it comes to your blow dryer or hooded blow dryer, or just make sure that don't scold your head. All of this is to say, don't scold your head, brother. If you want the best results, I would advise doing this once a week or every 2 weeks. It's not a hard and fast rule, but it will definitely add some extra moisture to your hair, and it will make your deep conditioner work more efficiently. I keep saying more. Expand your vocabulary. It will increase the efficacy of your deep conditioners, and life will just be easier because you'll have softer hair. Your hair will feel more moisturized. It will stay moisturized for longer because it actually got into your hair instead of just resting on top of your hair as it normally does. The next tip for growing your low porosity hair is to use products that have a light consistency. One of the key characteristics of having low porosity hair is that you will experience some form of product buildup. And basically this means the product isn't actually being absorbed into your hair and it's just resting on top of it. And you don't want this because if it's done for a while, it's a breeding ground for bacteria. But not only that, you want the moisture to actually be absorbed into your hair. So that's why a lot of people with low porosity hair would advise that you use products that have a lighter consistency, or who have the product is heavily reliant on water. Is that how I want to say it? Is that what we're committing to? I'm committing to it. The key ingredient of the products that you use should be water. And this goes across the board, even if you have high porosity hair. But it's really important when it comes to low porosity hair, because if you use something that's very heavy, like one of those heavy creams, it will stay on your hair for a while, and then you're essentially wasting money and product because it's not actually getting into your hair. And if you don't know what products you should be using for low porosity hair, I have a list of the 48 best hair products for high porosity and low porosity hair. The link for that will be in the description. So go and check it out. It's a really helpful list, and it took a lot of time to create, so I'll be upset if you don't actually go and look at it. Now, the consistency of your hair products is one thing, but something that is arguably more important is the ingredients that are in that product. And although I won't bore you with all the specifics and details of the best ingredients to have in the product, and if it has this, then get that, I'm just going to highlight a few that will definitely be beneficial to low porosity hair. You want to keep an eye out for ingredients like aloe vera, honey, and glycerin. These are often referred to as humectants, which, as a broad definition, are simply ingredients or substances that draw in moisture. Now, not every single one of your products needs to have one of these, but if you're looking at something like a leave-in conditioner or a curl cream or even a custard or a styling jelly or something, it would be better if you had those ingredients in it. Almost like a little cherry on top. Because at the end of the day, if you have curly or coily hair, you know how hard it is to keep moisture in there. And I don't know about you, but I will do everything within my power to make sure I'm getting the most out of the moisture that I'm adding to my hair. Now, a little earlier, we talked about shampooing, and this is also important when it comes to low porosity hair, because one of the characteristics that a lot of you will likely face is product buildup. So you want to make sure that you master your clarifying routine. This basically means clean your scalp. Make sure it's nice and clean. Get all up in there. You know, get your hands, get the fingers, start scrubbing. I feel like I need to further enunciate or specify that I'm talking about hair. You want to make sure that there's no leftover residue when you're cleaning your hair, because that dirt and gunk can actually clog the hair follicle, which can make your hair grow slower. Go and Google it, search it up. It's been fact checked, peer reviewed. So if you don't want your hair to look the same length in 3 years, I would advise spend a little extra time clarifying your hair. Make sure that you're doing a good job. Sometimes you could do a double cleanse. I don't typically do that because my hair and head is usually nice and clean. I'm not going to provide receipts right now because I know that's not the case. But if you keep your hair and scalp clean, you shouldn't encounter any issues. This next step applies to low and high porosity hair and is extremely important, especially if you have type 3 or type 4 hair. And that is to make sure that you are protecting your hair every single night. If you're like most people, you probably have a cotton pillowcase, and throughout the night, that cotton is going to absorb a lot of the moisture from your hair. And if you have low porosity hair, you just went through a lot of effort to put that moisture in. So you don't want to lose it quickly. The best solution for this is to protect your hair with a satin or silk material. This could be in the form of a silk or satin pillowcase, wearing a bonnet, or wearing a do-rag. But the point is, you want to create a barrier between the absorbent material and your hair, because this will also prevent friction, which can lead to breakage. This is the hair cap that I currently use. If you didn't know, I offer hair caps designed for guys, so you could protect your hair and your pride at the same time. If you're interested in this one, I'll leave the link to that down below in the description. Go and check it out. And the last tip when it comes to growing your low porosity hair is to make sure that you watch the amount of protein you're adding to your hair. You do not want to be overusing protein treatments, because although they are beneficial in some cases, especially when it comes to high porosity hair, when it comes to low porosity hair, it can actually have the adverse effect. Using protein treatments too often can make your hair feel very brittle, which can lead to a ton of breakage, which means you'll be breaking off your hair faster than it grows, which means your hair won't grow. You'll be stuck at the same place for 3 years, and then you'll be in my comments asking me a bunch of questions about how I grow my hair faster. And if you do want to know how to make your hair grow faster, regardless of your hair porosity, I have a free hair routine PDF that goes over everything you should be doing to your hair from day 1 to day 7 of managing your curls. It's completely free. So if you want access to that, it will be down below in the description. Did you see that segue? That was off the dome. Come on, give me some daps. So yes, be careful with the frequency that you're using these protein treatments. I would say you shouldn't be using one again within like a 3-month time span. Is that cool? Can we do that? Just don't you could use it every couple months if you feel like your hair needs it, but don't be rushing to put it in your hair. Let's say your hair is not low porosity. Maybe you have high porosity or medium porosity hair. If you want a video on that, make sure that you let me know down below in the comments, and let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you thought the tips were helpful, if you tried any of the tips, did they work for you? A little back and forth pattern, that adds a little bit more engagement to my post, and I also get to know your guys' thoughts a little bit more. And if you like this video, you definitely gonna like this one, so I advise you check it out. That's all for me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.